Hey, welcome back to the Disney News Podcast. This is episode 34. Taylor, what episode are we talking about this night?
We are talking about the Disney Hangover.
This is a new thing that I came across because I thought that I knew what the Disney Hangover was, but after doing a little bit of research, I have no clue. But before we jump in, there was something I wanted to update you on. And I feel like there's some kind of deja vu going on right here, but I don't know what that means. No, this is our take two of the Hangover episode because apparently my audio, and hopefully it doesn't crap out like it did last time because we spent an hour and 15 minutes just talking nonsense. I'm kind of glad we're not using that one because that one was nothing. It was all full of like.
I told Caitlin about it, and Caitlin was like, "You really need to re-record."
Yeah, she's smart.
I'm like, "Why?" She was like, "Because that could be flagged." I'm like, well, yeah, probably it could.
Flagged by who? Google, YouTube's not going to flag anything.
I don't know.
Unless I say it's intended for children. Clearly it is. Children, send us your numbers. See, now we're flagged. Now we're screwed.
Yeah.
Speaking of screwing. No, I gave you an update on an individual that I've been keeping up with, a fellow named Nathan Firesheets, right?
Yeah.
Nathan Firesheets, what do you think? The last name Firesheets.
He is probably going to be a ginger.
I'm thinking Firecrotch. I'm thinking like Lindsay Lohan circa like 2006.
Like,
that whole thing. I mean, exactly. But no, Nathan Firesheets, he is doing the challenge. He is trying to be the first person. Now, I haven't done much research. I've just been following his progress, his trip, his voyage, his venture. He's trying to do 12 parks in 12 days, and not just all 12 Disney parks. He's trying to do all 12 parks and all the rides in 12 days.
That's nuts.
So, I mean, what's your take on that?
I mean, I think it's awesome. It's an epic adventure, but I don't know. I said last time that I think I'll probably do it in about 11 days.
Mm-hmm.
Chiefly, and that's because you could knock two of the Walt Disney World parks out on the same day, I think.
Okay. Now it's going to be easy in a land like anything in Europe, Asia is going to be easier. It's just one park, Yeah.
But also you got to think about this. He is saving the money that he would use for the hotels. He's only going to have to get a hotel in Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's saving that money and putting it towards flights. So it probably comes out to be about the same amount of money.
I know that I haven't done research on ticket prices. I think ticket prices outside of Europe, West, like Disneyland Paris in the United States for Disneyland, Disney World, are cheap as hell.
Dirt. Yeah,
they're cheap as hell compared.
Well, shoot, I remember you told me last time.
Yes,
it was last year, I think, or maybe it was this past summer. That if we were to go over to, or I might have told you this, I don't know. If we were to go over to Tokyo Disney, that we could go over there for right around. I want to say it was like $3,000 a person.
Mm-hmm.
For a round trip. Everything.
Mm-hmm. And you could still make a stop off at Disneyland. Now, of course, that's extra. That's an extra day. You could do park hopper between Disneyland and California Adventure, but you wouldn't be able to do everything. There are too many rides. Too many rides shoehorn in those two parks. Yeah. But this guy, he started his track at Disneyland Paris, went to Shanghai, Disneyland, and then he rounded that out at Tokyo Disneyland, Hong Kong.
Cool.
And then he circled back and he just landed this morning. Nathan Firesheets landed this morning in Anaheim, California, where Disneyland's located.
That's awesome.
And I corresponded with him when he landed. He was actually on the plane when he replied to me, and I said, "Hey, do you plan to finish? Are you rounding out your trip in Walt Disney World?" And he replied directly to me and said, "That's the plan, my friend."
He probably thought it was a dream that he was corresponding with you. Disney dude have it.
That's always an assumption. That's always an assumption. One man can wish in one hand and in the other.
In another, yeah.
So I don't know what that really means. It's almost like, two birds, one stone, like that burning bush thing. But then we circle back to, Fire Sheets, Lindsay Lohan. So, but anyway, no, I'm looking at his latest tweet now, and he said ride 14 of 32. I did not realize there were 32 individual rides in Disneyland. Because, and I didn't know, and you may have already known this, but I learned something recently. I've looked at the map, and I have the Disneyland app on my phone.
Okay.
Just look at wait times. Wait times are always like at least a quarter of what they are at the Magic Kingdom, which is a comparable park. Yeah, they're so much lower. I mean, it's nuts. So much lower. Because there's so many rides. They divide and conquer. The big ticket rides in Disneyland are, what do you think they
are? Obviously, I mean, you would think the older rides too, like Pirates of the Caribbean, Small World.
Yep.
Space Mountain.
Yep.
Splash Mountain probably.
Still running.
They still have that. And then you would probably have to say the Cars Land ride.
Yes. Well, but specifically Disneyland. You're going into California Adventure.
Oh, that's all right. That California Adventure.
Yeah.
Is Mission Breakout Guardians of the Galaxy?
California Adventures Campus.
Really?
Yeah, that's DCA.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's all DCA. They have a ton in DCA. DCA is more, just from videos that I've watched, just more like Hollywood Studios.
All right, let me ask you this. Could DCA be the equivalent of Universal in Orlando?
There's parity there. That's a good comparison. But I think there's more to offer at
Universal
Studios.
Yeah.
There's more to offer there. More variety.
Yeah.
There is. Because it is Disney related. Because they cover more genres at Universal Studios. And that's another hot topic right there, because everything's trending, and I'm just going to put it out there. The more and more I read about it, the more and more people are trending towards, at least from a parks perspective, because everybody says, oh, Disney is nostalgic, reminds me of when I was a kid. But now, things that are cutting edge now, how things move and how they're moving and how they advertise, it's a little more expensive, but at the same time, people think it's more valuable.
Yeah.
And people want what they normally can't have, right? And
That's
they're
true.
doing a really good job of virally, so to speak, and through social media, getting people to buy into their hype. And I get it. I love Universal. Universal's fun. No, it's not Disney fun. Obviously, we're not the Universal Disney Dudes podcast, which I threw out there to you and you shot down, on site, which is fine. Sociopath. But dud, tomato, that's fine. But
the dud. The milk dud.
Milk dud. Mommy. But sorry. I'm trying not to laugh at that dumb joke. Mommy. Papi. Chulo. But no, between Epic Universe and Super Nintendo World, all that kind of stuff they got going on, they've got a lot. Aw.
The blanket.
You're blank. Oh, the comfort. Why are you comforting yourself? You look so comfortable.
Yeah,
why?
I had to comfort myself today.
Why?
Because my alma mater.
On your shirt.
My alma mater got bounced from the NCAA March Madness tournament in the first round by a number 13 seed from the great state of South Carolina.
Yeah.
Fun fact. Furman University, I got accepted there. And they gave me a lot of money to come play baseball for them.
Come on, man.
They gave me about $28,000 a year.
It is an expensive school. Private liberal arts.
And I turned it down.
Well, this is their way of getting back at you. How many games?
It really is. I'm like, dang on.
Did y'all ever play them in baseball?
No, they folded their baseball program.
That's right. Thank you.
They folded their baseball program.
I forgot.
But I always wanted to be a part of the Furman University Christian Knights.
Yes.
or
They
as we
are
like to call it, the beeps.
true.
Yeah.
FU all the time.
All the way.
All the way. My mother-in-law is a Furman alum. Born and raised Greenville. Yeah, she's a Furman alum.
Hold on.
Yep.
Time out real quick. I gotta
Please.
go grab something to show you.
No, you're good. So, but going back to Nathan Firesheets, he is now in Disneyland. He is officially on. I'm sure he's past this, but actually, no. 6 minutes ago, he just finished ride 14 of 32 at Disneyland Park, and that is number 121 overall. His number 14 ride of 32 at Disneyland was Autopia. So basically,
the car ride.
Yeah,
or Tomorrowland
the
Speedway.
Tomorrowland Speedway. So yeah, let's see if he'll give us a. Look at you, man. Okay, that's pretty cool. FU. What are we looking at?
It's a Furman University Paladins football helmet that says FU all the time.
They finally bought into they denied that for so many years. Put it on, man. Oh, look at this conundrum. Oh my gosh. Here, look at the camera. Just look straight ahead. I'm just going to do this and turn your head to the side a little bit. Turn your head so I get the Furman. Yep. Smile for the camera. Smile again. Oh, Poppy, we got this. That's going up on social media.
That's fine. I don't care.
That's our new profile picture. You look good in that. You look good in purple.
Thank you. I feel like I could go play football right now.
Now that horrid combination of all, at least you got the navy blue to kind of. Is that Wahoo blue? It was a navy blue for Virginia.
It's navy blue.
Okay, perfect. At least you got the navy blue to kind of balance out that orange and purple. Because, you don't have to mention him. That's vomit-inducing. That's just not good for anybody. Yeah. But what I was mentioning was for going back to Nathan Firesheets real quick, and I know you're prepared for anything that comes at you, right? You're just ready to dodge a bullet or any projectile that's coming at you. You're good.
Yep.
No CTE for Taylor tonight, but no, he just finished up ride 14, and I'm going to ask him what ride is next. And the only way to correspond with somebody on Twitter is through an iPad. That's like 2 years old.
Yeah.
One that still has the Touch ID. Make sure your AirPods are still attached. You're good.
Yeah, they are.
But
I think that's how football players should be able to play now without AirPods in.
Is that an unfair advantage?
No. Quarterbacks have something in their ears to get the plays in.
We're going to go off topic briefly. I'm going to tell you something that I thought was actually pretty cool and that I respected. I was watching the XFL. What was it? The Seattle Sea Dragons versus the San Antonio Brahmas? I think is it the Brahmas?
Are they the Sea Dragons? I thought they were the Battle Hawks.
No, you're thinking USFL.
No, they're
USFL.
Who's AJ
Battle
McCarron
Hawks
playing for?
No, this is what I'm talking about is it was a subtle push off. The wide receiver pushed off the cornerback, the defensive back pushed off, and it looked like offensive interference. But Hines Ward, or is the Houston Brahmas, whatever for the Brahmas, Hines Ward.
Houston is the coach.
Thank you, Houston. Okay, so Hines Ward challenged that call. You can't challenge any kind of interference, offensive, defensive. You can't challenge that in the NFL. Not only did he challenge it, he won that challenge, but they actually showed the head official in the booth reviewing it, and you had a chance to hear his process, and they even interviewed him after. What evidence showed you that he was pushing off? And he actually broke down the video, and I thought it was stone cold.
That's awesome.
That the XFL said, "Oh, that's what I'm saying." And they made it a point to say on the XFL broadcast, they go, "Yeah, you won't." And the commentators go, "So hey, is this something the NFL does?" And I'm like, "Oh, they're doing them dirty. They're doing them dirty." And the official goes, "No, you're never going to get this from the NFL. This is something only the XFL does." And I went, boom. So I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the XFL.
And you said the Battlehawks were what?
Sea Dragons. Seattle.
I know, but the Battlehawks were what league?
XFL. Oh no, I thought I may be wrong. I may be wrong because you said Battlehawks, and I thought about they're
XFL.
okay.
St. Louis Battlehawks.
Where's Brent Musburger when you need him?
Exactly, because that's AJ McCarron's wife, right there. Everybody.
But
will be joining us next week.
That's our next podcast is AJ McCarron and Alabama and the history of that, and his wife. She seems like a philanthropist, a very well-to-do, very well-mannered, articulate individual.
Socialite.
Yes, I'm sure she has great assets. So anyway, back to what our topic is for the night: the Disney Hangover. And Taylor, our first go around, I got to tell you something. I'm questioning my perspective, my thinking when it comes to the Disney Hangover, because I'm going to circle back and ask you, what do you think, in your opinion, what is the Disney Hangover?
The Disney Hangover is when you go to Disney and when you get back from Disney or you're getting ready to leave Disney, it starts. And when you are away from Disney for a couple days, you get home from your trip, whether it be driving or flying, and you get home and you sit down and you're like, what the heck has just happened? Have I been hit by a truck? What am I going to do? Like, am I going to unpack? Am I going to just veg? When do I have to go back to work? And then a week passes and you're like, I miss it, but I don't miss the feeling that I'm feeling right now of being tired.
You're on to something, because my thought process was, I think I was wrong, but I think what I felt was normal. But it may not be the general consensus. According to Urban Dictionary, there's a legitimate definition for the Disney hangover. It says the hungover, beat up feeling you have the morning after spending 12 plus nonstop hours at a Disney park trying to do everything while fighting the thousands of other people doing the same thing. Dude, and they have an example. Dude, do you want to go to the beach today? No way. I went to Disneyland yesterday. I have a Disney hangover and I can't even walk. Okay. So that's just more matter of fact, and that's more inclined to what your thought process is. Yeah. It correlates to mine, but at the same time, my hangover was not tired. I mean, yeah, I'm tired, but my thing is because I ran, if you can see in the camera, I ran the Disney Princess Half Marathon in Metamorphosis or Deja Vu for you. And there's this really cool logo on the side that says Run Disney and Walt Disney 50th. I'm glad you're intrigued by what I'm telling you. But for this one, the Disney hangover for me was I actually I was not interested in anything Disney as soon as I got back, because I love Disney. I had the great time. I had the best time. But as soon as I left the property, reality set in. And I missed it for a little while, but I was unfortunately and fortunately distracted by Buc-ee's, right? In Daytona. And did we stop at the one in Daytona and St. Augustine?
You bet you.
You have to. You know, it's just part of the deal. But as long as we can get more coughs on the recording, we're doing something right. But
allergies are kicking up here, all right? Yeah.
Virginia's known for their pollen and their unsweet tea. I agree. So, but my version of the hangover was, normally I watch like on my lunch break when I get home, because I went straight back to work the next day. I got back on a Wednesday. That was my last travel day. I went right back to work on that Thursday. And normally when I go home for lunch, I let out my dogs, and then I ask myself, who let the dogs out? Me. I did. See, that's a good joke. You there?
I'm here.
Okay, perfect. Do you regret working with me on this?
A little bit.
A little bit. Good. A little bit of regret. Okay, so that's something to consider. And when I was motivated to watch a YouTube video of this or that, the latest, usually it's DFB. it just naturally, my body, to my brain told me no. I just didn't want to do it. And normally that's part of my daily routine. It took about 3 to 4 days for it to kind of click back on, right? Just like that. And I was right back in it. So that was my version of the Disney Hangover, where it was so much, it was overload, but I loved every second of it. Go, go, go. Was I tired? Sure. But it was worth it. You suck it up, you keep going, you move on, you venture forward. But that was my version. And I don't know if my version is normal, because I almost feel like I'm turning my back on Disney. Does that sound normal? Does that sound sociopathic? Is that contrary to our mission? As like, what is your take on that?
No, I think it's a sane idea. I mean, if you don't feel right, if you don't feel that way, you might be psychotic, or you might just be absolutely head over heels in love with Disney.
True.
I'll be the first to tell you, when I get home from a long trip to Disney, I'm Disneyed out for a couple weeks.
What do you do with? Because because behind you, of your right shoulder, is that innovations. It says creating with computers, innovations. That's a Disney sign, right? Epcot. Is that an Epcot sign behind you? Like a nostalgic one that you've collected? What is that right there? I'm sorry.
One Man's Dream at Hollywood Studios.
Awesome.
That was one of the ones that was in there. And somebody got it out when they revamped it. And I got it because it's 1990 and that's when I was born. So
got you. That makes sense. Okay, perfect sense. But my question is, when you see those things, and obviously you're home, but you got some mouse ears there, does that turn you off?
No.
Are you opposed to that stuff, or
no?
When you get home from
I'm not
Disney
opposed
because you've
to it at
been
all.
there and spent so much energy and money and whatever?
I mean, you got to think, my office is all Disney as well. So
True.
I'm inundated with Disney, even though I get Disneyed out. I zone out I zone out this stuff when I get home.
I know I'm thinking more literal, like a small child, because I think like a small child, and that's okay. My simple brain can only handle certain things. That's fine. That's why I'm beating you in the tournament challenge. So we look at this. I am in a group that I created, and it's 2 years running. I think I've beaten you 2 years in a row. It's not hard to beat you, apparently. My son's beating you, and he turned 7.
Who? Mason? He's got
7.
His thing is in his bracket.
He's not in it, but we're keeping track of his points. He picked Florida Atlantic. He's not going to win. I've been trying to explain that to him. He's like, "But Dad, they have a chance." Yeah, they haven't played yet, but they haven't played yet. They have a chance.
You know who doesn't have a chance? There are 2 teams right now.
Please.
South Carolina and Virginia.
Correct. Men's. You have to make that distinction. Men's.
Yeah, true.
Women are officially 32-0 and are the odds-on favorite to win it 2 years in a row, and that'll make it an undefeated if they win the tournament.
Who are they coached by again?
Dawn Staley, who unfortunately, just kidding. Dawn Staley, who elevated. I can't think of the school at the top of my head because of my pea-sized brain.
University of Virginia.
Perfect. Hey, we've moved up. Tournament. I'm up to. Okay, I was about to say, shoes. My mother is in the group. She has 90 points. I have 80 points. I'm tied for freaking second, but it says fifth because of the number of people in the group. There are 15 people in the group.
How many do I have?
You are up. You tied me. We're tied, 80 all. You got 80 points. You have made up some ground. But my mother.
Hey, I'm fine.
My mom's got 90 points. Oh my gosh. It's amazing. But sorry. But at least I'm beating my bride. And your bride, she's in this too. She's got,
no, she's
we're
not
on the ticket. Is she not Go Duke 24?
No.
She didn't. I don't know who that is.
She didn't have time to do it.
I thought that was Caitlin. I thought that was your bride. Okay. I'm wrong. Okay. I could have sworn because I know she's Hardcore Duke.
Yeah.
Duke or Duke. What is it? I saw a
Duke or
T-shirt
die?
today. Duke or die. It said January, February, Duke, April, May.
I just got it.
I saw that. I was like, if I went to Duke or I was a big Duke fan, and if I had to pick between Duke and North Carolina, I'd probably pick Virginia. But after they trounced us in football, I got a reply. We got a live reply from Nathan Firesheets. Star Tours. He is going to Star Tours in Disneyland. We're going to document it. Oh, it just popped away. But at least I got the animation.
I got a question.
Please.
What time does the park close out there?
10 o'clock. I can look on the app right now.
So he's got 3 hours to ride. How many more rides?
Let's find out. I'm going to say, dude, comma, to advertise our podcast, dude, write it like there's no tomorrow. Mike, there's no tomorrow. Boom. Bam, write it like there's no tomorrow. Yep. Okay, I just corresponded, liked it, but bam, I'm officially in with him. We're going to get this guy on the podcast because he
That's
liked.
fine.
We're going to get this.
All right, I got a question.
Please.
If he goes to, like, when he goes to Disney World, he'll probably take the red eye tonight, right?
Assuming. Unless he does DC, he's got to do DCA tomorrow.
Oh, he's breaking them up?
Yeah, they're two separate parks.
Oh, two separate parks. That's true. Yeah, shoot.
Yeah. So he's got to break them up. So he's going to be knocking out. He's going to be doing web slingers. He probably pick up Him Kitchen. You know, the one that's the Ant-Man and Wasp Kitchen.
Yeah.
That little mat. Yeah. They have, what do they have there? And that's where they're going to be Fisherman's Wharf, like the San Francisco. They're going to turn it into San Francisco.
Tokyo, yeah.
Yes. They're going to turn that into it.
When he goes, the thing is, when he gets to Animal Kingdom,
yes.
Is he going to take a break if he does everything that in that park? Or will he go to another park?
I'd have to go back and check the number of times. Okay, I'm looking at Disneyland now. Times are not showing up. But it's 7:06 there.
They closed the park just for him.
Apparently. Where are the times? Because here, I'm showing you. This is Disneyland. That's Disneyland right there.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see it okay. That's Disneyland. But regardless, the guy's on a mission. And we are live tweeting with the man that's going to be doing 12-part all rides.
I feel like you and I could, dude. All right, here's the thing. We get Barstool to sponsor our podcast.
Okay.
We become the Barstool Disney dudes.
Sure.
The BDD, the BDD,
BDDP,
BDDP,
Barstool.
The BDDP, and then you and I,
sure,
do the same challenge and try to break his record. Do you think we can do it?
In a heartbeat. And there are certain factors that go into it that I'm not going to discuss on air, but at the same time, 100%, 100%. It would not take me long to do my research because I know that the one that I would prioritize everything around, I would change everything for this Disney Sea. Here's my kidney, here's my left foot, here's my nose. Would you like an ear?
I think it would be cool to do the Haunted Mansion at Disney Sea. Phantom Manor, I think that's what it's called.
Phantom Manor is at Disneyland Paris. They have it's Phantom Manor is Disneyland Paris, but you're right. Tokyo Disneyland is COVID. COVID's a real thing. COVID's a thing. It's still here.
It's not COVID. It's called allergies.
AIDS is a real thing. AIDS is a real thing. HIV is a thing. Hang in there. Okay, it's called Zyrtec for AIDS. It's a new pill.
I hate you, Abbott.
No, what's all this transition stuff you're talking? Heard I was transitioning. Let's just circle back to that one. So that's just getting you back. No, there it's Mystic Manor is what you're thinking.
Yes, there we
Mystic.
go.
Thank you. Mystic Manor at Tokyo Disneyland. Yes. Yes, Mystic Manor looks incredible. Incredible. So
Yeah.
you would
Hey,
have to mask up before you went.
I'd have to do what?
Mask up. COVID. I'm still
yeah,
on that.
true.
Yeah.
True. But sidetrack off of that. Let's
You're good.
RIP to Big Time Imagineer,
Yeah.
Rolly Crump, who actually did design Haunted Mansion.
Correct.
He was one of the three main designers of it.
Yep.
And some other big time attractions.
I read that his tombstone was next to some bushes further back in the graveyard at the day that he passed. It was a little further back, the headstone, because they made headstones for all the designers, like the main designers, whoever that was involved. And it had been there for years. Obviously, he passed, which is sad, of course. But somebody said, can we at least not only pay homage to him, could we at least, move
Bring
that tombstone, bring it up, move it closer? So not just Imagineers, cast members, but people in general can pay homage to this. So that's going to happen. Yeah. So that's something to think about.
He's the last big Imagineer.
Was he the last big Imagineer?
I mean, I want to think he was.
Yeah. How old was he when he passed?
93.
Was that a couple days ago? Yesterday?
Yeah, 93. It was on. It was the night we did the podcast. I think.
The take one.
Yeah, take one.
Okay. Well, sorry, deja vu. But we circle back to that, and that's important. So, rest in peace. You have your legacy will live on for. I mean, it's worldwide, so it doesn't matter whatever variation. But I think the one that I am dying to see more than anything, because it has its own storyline, and it's the one that we discussed already. Because I think Mystic Manor is not. It is Haunted Manor-ish, but it's got this like weird monkey character.
Yeah.
Have you seen? It's got that. Yeah, it's totally different, but it's really cool. It's a really cool look. It's a really cool ride, and I've heard huge rave reviews about it. But going back to Phantom Manor, Disneyland Paris, that's the one. I've heard that's the best version of Haunted Mansion because not only the storyline, but just how immersive it is. It's actually scary, because I think the first scene is like the bride staring off in the distance. Have you seen that POV ride?
Yeah.
The POV. Yeah, that's creepy. But the Hangover is defined so many different ways, right? And here looking at youngadultdisney.blogspot.com, they say, what is Disney Hangover? What is this affliction, you ask, right? And here it says, it's the feeling of dullness of real life compared to the happy and magic feeling of being at Walt Disney World. So it makes you feel like you're in Disney Hangover 24/7. So you're hungover from Disney. But my thing is, hungover is the consequence of going all in on something, right?
Yeah.
Burning the candle at both ends, just sacrificing so much just to shoehorn all that fun and excitement. Because normally your average like Disney vacation is what, a week, maybe 5 days, because you have 4. And I compare everything to Disney World, because that's obviously, and that's our common denominator is Disney World,
Yeah.
But this one says second definition, the empty feeling of no longer having a Disney vacation to plan and or look forward to. So that's kind of a different perspective. What's your thought on that? Is that the definition? That's Disney longing.
Yeah.
It's not a hangover. I don't know. I was like, that's not my definition of a hangover, because I thought, am I wrong? But the more I look at it, that's their version of a Disney hangover. I went to an SEC school. You went to an ACC school. Tailgating is very big. College football is king. Even though you played baseball, and I played I played a version of pool
Yeah.
a lot by myself in a pocket. But I was somewhat of an athlete per se. Maybe not. But I think they have it wrong. I think the more I think about it right now on the fly, I think between you and me, consensus. Tell me if I'm wrong. The definition of a hangover is like you feel like you want nothing to do. Obviously, you blew it out the night before, you blew it out the day before, had a great time, and you know that inevitably you're gonna miss it. But the next day, you need a break.
Yeah.
You
No,
need a
I
break.
agree. I
You
agree.
know,
100%.
who's the person that you think doesn't need? Who is that? What demographic doesn't need that break from Disney? Who is that?
Obviously, Bob Iger had to take a break. Think about it.
True.
And he's
True.
the CEO now.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I don't know. It's a really good question. Who do you think?
My thought is annual pass holders that live in Florida
Yeah.
that take it casually, that take it for granted, and knowing that they are not the demographic that Disney is catering their parks to. You know, they cater the parks to people that blow it out, people that spend more money. Who are those people? People that go just once in a lifetime, or people that go once every 4 or 5 years, that live in Wisconsin, that live in the Midwest. Because your average person that you always see on vacation down south is going to be from Wisconsin, Ohio, Indiana, Kansas. Marco, who we had on the podcast.
Yeah,
He's
true.
an annual pass holder. He got in. He was able to get in at the right time. And was he said 2019 or 21? I think he said 21.
Yeah, 21.
No, he got 21, and he was able to get a pass holder. Then he was able to get in right before they shut it down.
Yeah.
For anybody that isn't a resident of Florida.
Yeah.
That's the only person it's open to. So I think it's a person that can just go, hey, you want to get dinner? Sure, let's go to Disney. All right, that's cool. I can't imagine that. Could you?
No, and the thing is, I know we've talked, and the Disney hangover that you've experienced, and you just experienced the other day because you got very dehydrated while after you ran, and you did the monorail bar crawl as well, and that's a different type of Disney hangover too.
That was a literal
hangover,
enchanted forest hangover.
Yeah.
Snow White did not let me drink water. I went to Storybook Dining at Artist Point at the Wilderness Lodge, and
he blacked out, guys.
I did black out.
Ladies and gentlemen, Abbott blacked out and does not remember anything that happened that after that fact. All I know is it involved grumpy, dopey Snow White and a popsicle stick covered in Vaseline.
And I remember ingesting it during, and what's weird is that I had this like vivid memory of ingesting said Vaseline
during the race.
And I remember hearing in my head that it was Nestle. And I thought,
I told Caitlin that, and she said he was saying Vaseline, and you thought it was Nestle because you were so out of it.
She's not wrong. She's 100% accurate. She's smarter than you and me combined, which is a hint. She's, well, y'all are both doctors, so I'm the only doctor. I'm the only non-doctor in the equation. I'm used to that. I'm used to being a doctor, mister, and that's fine. That's fine.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Hey, it's okay. It takes a special person to be a doctor, mister, and it takes someone to like Clemson and like USC.
Who is that? Who is this abomination of a person? An abortion of a person.
You should know.
How?
You should
I
know.
don't know what's happening.
If you get notifications, you should know.
If I get notifications, I should know.
You should
Okay.
know.
That abortion of a person can take a long walk off a short pier.
Yeah.
But
Well,
but going back into it, there are some cures apparently for the Disney hangover. So you should buy a souvenir, bring home a treat, take lots of pictures, take the extra shampoo from. These are some dumb ass suggestions. Okay. You know what my cure for the Disney hangover is? Booking my next daggum tour. And I know that's a first world problem.
amen, though.
That's
But
exactly
very
what it
true.
is.
You know,
That's stupid. I'm looking at these different blogs. These are dumb. Let me see what this one says. Okay, you know what? Actually, this one's pretty good. I'll look at this one. I looked at one here. Glad you like the story. That's a lot. And you're focused in on the podcast. And you're doing social media while we're recording live because this is going to go out. So I did advertise it for Saturday at 9:30.
yeah.
So
No, guess what?
late.
If you would look at the social media, you'll
Mhm.
see the abomination of a person.
What's happening? What did you do? I'm not happy with. You did you tag my personal account? Because if you
No,
did,
I didn't. I should have tagged you.
please don't. I mean, I know if you hated me, that's fine. And look what just came up on my personal page. Sorry. Look who's advertising Breitling. Wait, not the Greek freak.
Trevor Lawrence.
The chick that is Trevor
Oh
Lawrence.
gosh.
Oh my gosh. You
Yeah.
hacked the algorithm. Oh, you're a dick. Okay. So anyway. But no, these are the top suggestions for keeping the magic. So this, to me, this is important. What can one do? Depending on how you define the Disney hangover, I'm here now. So my version of the Disney hangover is now I'm now missing it. I'm hungover, but at the same time, I'm longing to be back. So how do you keep the magic going? You want to buy snacks at the park to bring home. Got it. Send yourself a postcard from the park or Castaway Cay. Not a bad idea. You want to decorate Disney style. Look over your right shoulder. That's already done. And if you're listening to this, Taylor has a wiener dog style pillow.
I'm a throw pillow.
A throw. Hey girls, I've got a throw pillow. Taylor said a throw pillow that says home, but the O is a mouse ears. You can look for hidden Mickeys in the real world. It may be the foam on top of your soda, the bubbles in a sink, or rocks on the ground. Keep an eye out. They do exist, and guess what, Taylor? They're fun to find. Mm-hmm. Drink your coffee with a Disney mug. Hello, yours truly. Ding, 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 ding. And cook Disney meals at home. Cook Disney meals at home. Have y'all done that?
I have a Disney cookbook.
We have okay, what is your Disney cookbook?
It's like 100. It's like the beignets are in there. How to
Really?
fix those. Yeah.
Oh wow. Have you made those?
Yeah. Caitlin said she was gonna make the day that I got the cookbook. I said, "Can you start making it?" She was like, "Yeah, let's do like 3 meals a week from Disney." I'm like, "Okay, perfect. Sounds good. We'll get through with this." We have yet to do one.
Oh geez. Okay. So we have 2 of them. Parker got one for Christmas a couple years ago. The Disney Princess. It's like these simple little Disney Princess recipes. Like one is like you make like a strawberry drizzle glaze topping for popcorn, and like little ham biscuits for Belle, things like that, And we had the Disney drink. hack book, whatever, and we tried to make the fuzzy tauntaun from Oga's Cantina. Do you know what that is? You know the fuzzy tauntaun?
I think I do. Yeah.
Okay. This drink, and I've actually heard they toned down what it does to your lips. But when I had it, it literally, I took a sip, it was foamy, and it had like a real, it was like a rum-based drink. It was good, kind of tropical, but not too sweet. Good balance of sweet and kind of, the bitterness of rum.
Yeah.
It was real smooth. But the foam, as soon as it hits your lips, it actually makes your lips feel numb. And I had no idea it was going to do that. It completely threw me off. They have actually capsaicin. They put ground capsaicin seeds that numb up your lips. And so what did Emily do? She found capsaicin seeds on Amazon, right? And she ground them up and she made a simple syrup out of this stuff. And she made a foam and did all this stuff. And she didn't try the drink herself. She gave it to me because I ordered it first to recreate the moment, right? And I took a sip, and it was a wonk, 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 wonk. I felt nothing. Those capsaicin seeds, whatever, sucked. $15 down the drain for like a little packet of seeds. Yeah, we got taken for, but still,
that's actually kind of cool.
But it tasted, but the drink itself, I didn't get the numbing feeling of the drink, but it did taste like the drink. So I think that's cool. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Have Disney movie and game nights. Sure. They have, let's see, what do they say? Okay. I'm not a big, are you a big game, like, board game person?
I've gotten to be a big one when it comes to Disney stuff.
Okay. Like what?
So during the hurricane, we had to buy board games because there's nothing else to do. And so figured take them home. We bought Monopoly, Disney Monopoly. Disney changed the game of, we bought Life and Disney Monopoly. They changed both of those games.
How?
Like, we probably were playing the game of Monopoly wrong, but we all went bankrupt. Even the bank. So I mean, I don't even know how to do that.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
But guess what the number one tip to cure the Disney hangover is, according to this? This is Mouse Trips, their blog. What do you think is the number one cure for the Disney hangover, in their opinion? We've already mentioned it. Yeah, going back, booking your next trip. Even if you can always get your money back. You can always get your money back. Just to have it in front of you, and you're like, you know what, can't do it, but you're still going to do it. You got one life. But not only is it FOMO, but it's YOLO. That's our t-shirt. Is it? FOMO, but also YOLO. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fear of missing out, and you only live once. Boom. That's your next tattoo.
Yeah.
So
I already have my first tattoo.
What is it?
I'm ready to go get it.
What?
You really want to see it?
Oh.
I think it's that one. Or that one.
Yeah. Guess what? I just added that to my story because I'm a secure heterosexual married man. You are gonna rot and burn in hell. I'm a midget. You literally. I like wearing Mickey ears everywhere I go in the upstate of South Carolina. I look like Rico Suave. This picture of me like posing with the. Do you know where that happened? I know exactly where that happened. That's staying there, and that's now officially my fellas. Come find me for a fun time at Disney. I put that one up on my personal story on Instagram. So
good.
You're I'm gonna call you Shiitake because you're a fun guy. So, this Disney Hangovers episode was a lot more tame compared to last time
Yeah.
because you chose violence that night through words, but you chose violence tonight through actions. So, I am enjoying my 2 pairs of 100 Disney 100 Dream
That's
Ears.
fine.
You
Oh
still
yeah,
want those?
that's another thing.
Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Abbott did not take the 100 ears or any of the ears down. He was supposed to, and he didn't. He forgot them. So if you want to send anything for us to wear, send it to me, and I will get it to. I'll take pictures in it. I will make sure that they're taken with me on a trip.
Gotcha. So the next time you go to Disney is after I go to Disney again. They will be there. My children will be wearing them. It's going to be a whole thing.
Okay,
So,
all right.
my next venture, because I have
I'm
corresponded with
gonna keep your feet to the fire.
Please hold me to it. That's fine. That's fine. Pull a Suge Knight. Pull a Suge Knight on me with Vanilla Ice. You know what I'm talking about? What Suge Knight did to Vanilla Ice? Yeah, do that to me. Dangle me by my freaking ankles from the balcony, 10th floor of the hotel in downtown Los Angeles. Guess what? I got this. Because you know what I plan to do? Bar crawl / happy hour with Dream Ears. Bam. That's happening.
And ladies and gentlemen, you hear this first. The bar crawl will end up at Artist Point, and it will end up with Cinderella, Grumpy, and Dopey wearing the Dream Eaters after they have their way with Abbott.
You start off grumpy, then you feel a little dopey.
And
you
then
round it out.
Then you get a little Snow White.
A little Snow White, just a little bit here. You find it here and there. But I tell you, you walk away feeling just exhausted, excited, exhilarated, but most importantly, your lips are tingling. And on that note,
because the capsaicin seeds.
Say it again. What you say? What you call them? Cap what?
Capsaicin.
Capillary.
Capsaicin.
Capsaicin. Sensation for the capsaicin.
Capsaicin. I call it capsaicin.
That's fine. That's fine. Words.
Tomato.
You sound like what? Oh gosh. Nobody better lay a finger on my butter finger. Who is? Oh gosh. Oh man, I wish I could come up with a name. That SNL skit. I can't think of it. It's the funniest. What is her name? Oh, she passed away. She was a famous African American poet. What is her name?
Maya Angelou.
Maya Angelou for Butterfinger. Thank you. Maya Angelou for Butterfinger. And it's David Allen Greer playing the role of Maya Angelou. This is from 1994.
Is Mary Staggs your mother?
She is. That is my mother.
This is a shout out to Miss Mary Staggs. Keep on being you, Mary.
Is there any context for that?
She just liked the Facebook post, so that's why.
Yeah, my mom. She is a very special woman. She is currently in
first
Birmingham.
Place.
No, she's. What? Say it again. What?
She's in first place.
She is in first place. First place.
Yeah. What do you think I was going to say?
Oh, I didn't understand. I didn't know what you were going to say. I just didn't hear you. Because you said cap. You already said capsaicin. Shawshank Redemption. No, she's currently in Birmingham, Alabama. So shout out to her. We don't normally give her a shout out. So she does listen. She does watch. And I'm still in. Oh yeah.
Look at this. Look at this.
What? That's from a very long time ago.
Ooh,
Long time ago. You
Facebook.
are going deep. You're going deep. But I think with everything said and done, we have exhausted this topic. I have no idea what we're doing in the next couple of weeks. Do you have an
No
idea?
clue.
I do. I have an idea. Well, I
What?
think we may have a special guest if he
Yes.
is still available. If he still wants to, but that's fine. I'm not
Yeah.
going to even mention who it is. But we've got a lot of fun things lined up, a lot of great things coming our way because we literally think of these things on the fly. The Hangover, I think, was a good episode. It was good, just kind of like rebuilding, getting back to where we need to be. Because last episode, all I did was talk about my trip. I haven't talked about it once, except for you talked about how I had like a 3-way with Snow White, but no one's going to listen to this part. So yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But also, everybody, we want to get on Barstool. We want to be the Disney dudes from Barstool. I mean, Dave Portnoy just went down there with Big Cat, and they rode the Star Wars at Hollywood Studios. We could have been down there with them, but we didn't because we're not associated with them. But we need to be associated with them. I would love to be associated with them because we have value. We have entertainment. And I mean, what more could you want?
More me?
We're the Disney dad. I mean,
Just
Disney
the Disney dicks. Disney dicks. Is that what you're about to say?
No, the Disney dads.
Yeah. We're changing the name of the podcast. That's
the
already
Disney dad dicks. I mean, the Disney dick dads.
Disney dads that
Disney
do dicks.
dudes.
Disney dudes that love dads with dicks. Disney dudes go to Thailand, meet lady boys with dicks. What's happening?
Snow White's got you.
Buy the balls. Buy my poison apples.
I got some more photos I'm going to start posting up to the...
Can you take I know you don't work tomorrow. I work tomorrow. Can you just take an ever-loving break? Is there... You know what? It's going to be interesting. Okay, I'm going to look now. I don't care if we're recording because we're at that point. And it's actually early compared to when we finally finished.
Oh, wait,
it's 10:36. We might as well keep going like another hour because at this rate, we're just going to keep rolling. No, I'm looking now and just looking at the feedback because I thought my picture of Figment from Journey to Imagination was very fitting for a Hangover because he's annoying as hell on that ride. I love Figment, but he's just loud, obnoxious. But that's kind of the point. And I took that the last time I rode it like 3 weeks ago. Crap, it went away. Hold on. Old man can't work. Here. Okay. Yeah. Dadgummit, Marco, you liked it. Yeah. Someone, New York City Diva, crap. New York City Disney Diva, a woman in Manhattan saw it and is laughing at my... Son of a bitch. All right. That's fine. 2 can play that game, but guess what? I'm not motivated, and I got to work tomorrow.
Guess what else? The same place I got that card.
Uh-huh.
Got brand new stuff in. Expect your 2023 to be better than your 2022 as far as gifts.
No one knows what you're referring to. No one cares about what you're referring to. Don't give them any context. This podcast episode has gone on way too long. We're wasting everybody's time. So.
Well, I'm Disney Dude Taylor.
I wanted to keep going. I thought you were going to give some context, but no, we're good. We're good. I'm not queuing you up or anything.
Oh no, it's the context will come a little later.
That's what she said. We'll see. And I'm not even going to hold you to it because I have shown up to my house and I get the notification on my phone when the mailman puts at my house, the mailbox is on the house. Hope you choke on that fucking sun drop. And yeah, laugh your ass off a little bit. But, the mailman did a double take on the envelope, and it said, your gay cruise is coming, or your drag queen starter kit, training pack, or whatever. I haven't thrown them away. I still have them, but they're put away, and I'm just waiting for one of my children to go in one of the drawers. Daddy, what is this? Explain yourself. You leave for certain periods of time. What are you recording?
Once upon a time, I wanted to become a drag queen.
It takes one to know one. And inspiration comes from the person I'm staring at the camera at right now.
Inspiration comes from within. Think about it that way.
And the mirror is, and you project that image from within to me. And apparently I appreciate that, but that's fine. Oh, thank you for liking every story, Marco. Even better. Oh my gosh. Yes, I know. I got it. He clapped. Son of a... Put it down. Put it... Okay, yeah.
There you go, everybody. That's the inspiration right there. Inspiration is coming from within the computer screen. It's like Inception. The Disney dude's version of Inception.
Well, I'm Disney Dude Abbott.
And I'm Disney Dude Taylor.
And for everyone at home that's not going to see this, Taylor.
Have a great night, Abbott.
You have a wonderful night. And yeah, hug that extra sweet pillow tonight, because that shirt you're wearing is not doing you any favors. So
it's okay.
And I would wear my Call to Charleston. I should have worn. You should have told me I would have worn my Call to Charleston basketball T-shirt.
Well, they lost too. So it didn't matter.
They did. Exactly. Well, misery loves company. So, just
That's
to wallow in the self-pity.
You could have worn the Gamecock shirt too, but
I've got a Gamecock that's non-existent, but I have a Gamecock women's basketball shirt, several. So
yeah,
that has I think they have the best overall record in the men's or women's. So that's fine.
Cool.
Neither here nor there.
I'm so happy for him.
You should be. You should be. It all started in Virginia. Thank you for paying it forward. We appreciate that.
Yes,
on behalf of all the Lady Cocks, we appreciate that. So,
of course.
So, all right, we're signing off.
All right, see you
later.